where they're hoping to get to. I mean, sure, these underworks are vast, but still. You think they want to join enemy lines?
They're trying to get away from the war, the fights, and after what they saw, we can't really hold that against them. Was I assigned to this unit?
Yep, Ward's not psyched at all about this. Can we get much conversation out of these guys?
Lieutenant?
Ask about Victor?
You know Colonel Victor?
The ASC chief? Yeah, sure. He's the head of the intelligence services. They hunt down enemy spies and rebels. But you know that already. Why are you asking? Is this a test?
No, just interested in hearing what you think of the guy.
I don't. I don't think anything about him. Let's just leave it at that.
Well, he didn't like that. What do you think about the army? He seems to be freaking out about it himself.
You've been a soldier a long time. Tell me about the army.
Best years of my life, stuck in the worst job on the planet. Sure, it's the best army on Mars. Best trained, best equipped, most disciplined. But with guys serving for over 10 years without a single fucking promotion? Hell's the point? Where's the enticement to be a hero? Well, thanks, another shiny fucking medal. It'll make my casket real pretty one day. No thanks. The officers are either legacies who went to the right schools or folks like you who actually went to good schools. Army doesn't care about valor in combat. They care about privilege, in my opinion.
So they get massively different responses from character to character about this stuff.
You don't like Technomancers, do you?
That a surprise, Lieutenant? You go to your little private schools, cut off from the world, then just show up all clean and well-fed with your weird-ass powers, and poof, just take other officers' positions without earning them. You don't have a damn clue what war is. Never been to the front lines. Let me tell you, I have. Even fought alongside some of your so-called masters. Day in and day out, we fought together. And day in and day out, they had more respect for our damn enemies than they ever did for me or us. We ain't nothing to your great officers with their divine abilities, or whatever the fuck they are. We show our respect to you because we know we'd probably be up shit creek in some of these wars without you. We don't have to like your kind, and I don't. It's my damn right. So yeah, no, Lieutenant, sorry. I don't like Technomancers much.
Well, he's proving to be a colorful character.
What do you know about the ASC?
Why? You work for them? This an interrogation, or... Look, all I know is what everybody else knows. They protect abundance from enemies and rebels. Is that the right answer? Do I earn my merit badge?
David, listen to me. I'm not...
That's what they all say.
What do you know about Anton Rogue?
Head man of the Vori. One of my best friends. Great guy. Really fantastic. Hell you asking me shit like this? How would I know? One of the most dangerous fucks on the planet? People say he's everywhere. Knows everything about everybody, even us simple soldiers who he'd never lower himself to even share a drink with. If you're looking to deal with the guy, watch your ass. Dude's a snake with friends in some very high places. Stay the hell away, if you can.
Well, he's fun so far. Considering, like, I expected these to be like... like that intro where you have, it's the beginning of Mass Effect where you get Kaiden and you get Jenkins. And it's like, oh look, Jenkins is here. What a great soldier. He'll be around for a long time to come. He's in the game for like 30 seconds. But you don't expect to get much dialogue out of... Actually, that's a bad example. Jenkins had a lot of dialogue because he was used as an exposition character if you wanted to know about the world a little bit.
What's the deal with the barracks?
Fucking hellhole. Dorm smells like the bathroom and the food tastes like it was pulled from there. Training ground the size of a playground despite there being plenty of room and no fear. That's it. Every chance I have to get the hell out of there, I take it.
Well, then it would appear that that's why you're on this mission. I think you answered your own question about why you're on this crew. Because you're trying to get out as much as possible. You're probably volunteering a lot.
What do you know about the source?
The holiest of holies, yeah? You're looking for an important building? It's there. Unless you're looking for a place to eat. You'd have to hit up the exchange for that. All you'll find around there is busy-looking people running around with serious-looking faces. Why so serious? Who the fuck knows? Guess making up laws in the house of the people to ruin our lives is serious business.
What's the deal with the slums?
Hell, man, that's my home. Grew up there. Ain't easy on the eyes, but damn if it ain't lively. Hell, most of the Afir population lives there. All the laborers, keepers, craftsmen, and most of the ward, too. No one ever gets out of there. Ain't no time or means to make the place better, neither. When something collapses, they send the mutos to half-ass repair it, over and over and over again. The high-ups hate the place, but truth is, it's where the real forces of abundance and fear are, you know? Also the home of the rogues. But I ain't gotta tell you that, do I, Lieutenant?
You heard of a bar called the Curiosities?
Who hasn't? Trendy joint, I guess. Rumor is the rebels been hanging there too, but I don't know about all that. I go in for a drink, that's all. Though I tend to get those drinks pretty fucking often, because they're cheap and they're strong. And if you can manage to stay out of the arena or the drunken brawls, you can have a decent time there.
Tell me about the front.
I haven't been back there in a while. What do you want to know? The place is a constantly shifting slaughterhouse. Sure, we'll take a piece of the Shadow Path, a mine or something, costing us a few hundred lives, only to lose it right back within a week or so. And we both take prisoners. We put ours in camps. Who the hell knows what happens to the ones they take, though? But if you're dreaming of beautiful, heroic bullshit happening all the time, you might want to look somewhere else. It's just blood and mud and rotten food. Nights of fighting, days of losing sleep, and fear. The kind that makes you know one day your body will drop, lost in a forgotten part of the world.
Always nice to have somebody filled with personality. It doesn't really matter if you agree with them or disagree with them or like them even. It's just, in this kind of game, it's just good to have somebody that has a character to them, because some of them are kind of drones. This guy might be one. That's not what I meant. And by drones, I don't mean like, I'm not talking about in terms of like whether or not you obey the system or something like that. I mean like drones as in like AA RPG developed game where someone is very monotonous.
At your command, Lieutenant.
Oh, completely different stances here. Does he have a different stance on Technomancers?
What do you think about Technomancers?
Aw, hell. Well, you're putting me on the spot, aren't you? Alright, well, you guys are strong and all that with your powers, no doubt. And honestly, you're only the second one I've ever met. First guy was at our place in Green Hope. He was a nice old guy. He taught us some terrestrial techniques, and, you know, obviously he was there for us if we had spiritual problems. But, to be honest, I can't really compare him to you or any of the other ones here, of course. That said, honestly, I'm really proud to serve under you, Lieutenant. You're an example to try to live up to. I mean, you were just one of us regular people, and you became an officer and a Technomancer. It's really incredible and inspiring.
What can you tell me about our captain?
Sorry, Lieutenant?
I want you to speak freely. It's just us.
No, of course, Lieutenant. I just, Captain's a great lady. Bit strict and not always polite with her orders, but that's nothing to bitch about. Sure, she's got her reasons, and it's for her own good. And hell, she knows a lot more than what's going on behind the scenes than we do. Hell, she came from a family of officers. She's damn good at her job. Was meant for it. And I'm pretty damn proud to say she's the head of our unit. I'm just a little surprised you're asking me, Lieutenant.
I had to pause for a moment and step away from the game just to try to check. I couldn't find the online resources, but I was trying to figure out who this voice actor is, because this companion character stands. He seems so familiar, and I can't place it. Where I sound so familiar. No online resources for credits, as far as I could find, though. There might be credits in the main menu, but I'm not gonna leave that. I'm not gonna leave to go there right now.
You're from Green Hope, right? What was it like?
Ah, Lieutenant, it's a really beautiful place. You gotta see it to believe it. A lot of space, not like the city. A lot of cultivating and breeding areas. I mean, a lot of stuff that makes its way here is made there. And hell, if you like hunting, that's your place. Not that it's perfect or nothing. Like, its houses aren't as nice as our Capitol buildings for sure, but it's nice there. You'd like it.
Beautiful views of the desert and fields around it. Just really, really nice.
So we've got one character that's become cynical over time after a lot of time being around here, and one who was probably relatively fresh to the system and is still optimistic about everything. And we're gonna go prove one of them right or wrong, probably. Or they'll both just die, I don't know. It's possible. A lot of things are possible around here. Let's see here. I'll keep picking up my stuff. This will all be handy for later crafting. Oh! What are those? They're like glowing stick bugs? Are they violent or are they sweet? Are they like friendly? They're not friendly. Why can't they be friendly? Wouldn't that be nice? They just like liked us? They probably shoot lightning, because lightning's been established as a damage type in this game on all of our armor, and it probably isn't exclusive to fighting enemy Technomancers. Punchy, punchy! Trying to do my lightning punches. Careful, don't want them sneaking up on me. Yeah, lightning seems to do relatively low. Oh yeah, every melee attack does more damage than my lightning does, so it's not really worth it in these guys' case. Hi, are you a deserter? Just grab all of it for now. They're mostly crafting components, so they're not necessarily worth reading one by one. Oh right, we gotta skin these little guys. I get that poor quality leather. Can you get leather off of? What is that exactly? It's got like an open crocodile mouth with like a glowy plant sticking out, like a weird phoenix. It's like a weird phoenix flytrap stick bug alligator. There's a different monster design. I don't think I've seen that one in anything before. So kudos to that. There should be one more on the far corner. There might be another chest around too. Was there one over here? No? Maybe not. So this is also a relatively large area. Ooh! Workbench over there. A few other stuff around here. So were we... I'm trying to remember. Trying to place this place in my head a little bit. Were we in the underworks before? I'm wondering if this is where we were when we were dealing with the intro mission, basically. I don't think we were. I'm pretty sure we went out... Yeah, we had open sky. We went out into open sky and we found the dome and everything, so it wouldn't be. It just kind of feels similar. Hey, friend. Oh, she has a health bar. She's probably gonna fight me the moment she notices me. She just hasn't yet. Don't mind me, just being sneaky, sneaky. Aha! So somebody was suggesting that I was doing stealth wrong because I wasn't equipping a weapon. Like, when I was making fun of the little sneak up behind them and touch their neck move, and people were like, well, it's because you're not using a weapon. But if you pull out a weapon, you instantly leave stealth mode. So that person seems to be wrong, unless I'm misinterpreting something, which is always possible. Ow. That was meant to be more of a kill. I should have waited for her to reload instead. Oh. Taking damage I don't mean to. Oh, that guy's not on my team. My teammate went down. I saw two other characters and figured they'd both be on my team. Nope. Alright, get on back up, buddy. RPG logic dictates that you're immediately fine the moment a fight is over. Anything? Just components. Keep those around for later. Lots of injections. So there's a lot of shoot-on-sight types around here. Let's see. I may as well revisit my quests again. Did I turn them back on already? They're over here. Might as well keep an eye out for anything else that's happening down here at this point. What's that one? That seems... Oh, the implication is that is uphill for me. Yeah, there are clear cliffs that you have to drop down. So how do you get up there? There must be a ladder. Otherwise there's no real access. Interesting. There's is listed as being 3 different underground levels. There's one in the very bottom here. The middle one's the one I'm on, and there's the top one. If there's any sort of local leaders or anything like that, they're probably going to be up top and reserving it for themselves. That's roughly where we came from. Or another way back to where we came from. The visuals around here. Which way do I want to go in this case? Let's take a look at the right. It seems like kind of a dead end, but it all comes down to whether... Oh, hi! It mostly comes down to what that one weird path turns out to be. Because there's a, one of the cliffs is there, which may or may not have a ladder. Oh, they're weak. Dangerous, though, and everywhere. Oh, they're all part of one big tick monster, apparently. Oh, hi. Gross. 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 Shared health bar. Just watch out for any arms that come after me, I guess. Just gonna keep beating on it. Got him. They all done now? We're clear? Yeah, everything's fine. Alright, cool. And more of the glow bugs. Ooh, that's a big one. It's probably dangerous. Stop charging. I don't like when you charge. I feel like something bad's gonna happen. Oh, wow. They share lightning with each other. There's a freaky visual. Watch out. Just gonna do a little bit of hit and run here. Oh, that paid off. He almost got me. The other one down? Not yet. Can I get the big one? He seems to be doing shockwaves. Maybe if I do if I do the disruption punch, I can kind of stop him from charging up the way he keeps doing. There we go. Skinning's always nasty. I should probably double check to see if I can skin the tick, which is a gross thing to think about. Ew, I can. Oops. Yep, a little more leather, 5 more serum. It's just sticking out of the wall, and it's got nasty like tentacles that come out of the ground. So it's like if that's a tick, it is evolved, and that much for the worse for mankind. Damn. Yeah, I was walking through the forest, found a tick on the back of my neck, and I never walked again. No. So they use A for opening boxes and checking piles, but X for checking corpses of monsters. Technically called skinning, still, but it's the loot button. So there's a lot of going back and forth between the two. This is just kind of out in the open, huh? Level 2 lock. I have a chest piece that'll give me 1 lock picking, but that's level 2, I believe, is too high. Alright, as expected, there's a ladder. Let's see what we can find upstairs. Is this a ship? No, I'm sure they're just buildings, but it has gave me the vague feeling of being like a like a ship meant for water, basically, being around here. What are these? What are those? Ew, they're like mole monsters. The mole men are real? This is a problem for all of us. We have to bind together right now. Really wish the game would lock onto the nearest target instead of really far away ones. The lock-on mechanic is actively a problem for me right now. You need it to direct your shield in the right direction, but it kind of locks onto whoever it feels like. Ow. Pain. Ow. Lock onto the guy right in front of me, come on. Game. Yeah, it's not handling having this many enemies at once very well, honestly. Try to heal. There we go. Lightning punch.
Mr. Connor, hello.
My dear, dear Zachariah, a pleasure as always to see you, and my gratitude for your help. Now, please, stop calling me Master. You're one of us now. What brings you here?
I met a merchant fresh off the exchange who'd like to meet you.
Strange. Some delivery I'm not expecting, or something else?
He only said he had information to give. Didn't say what, but I thought maybe there was a chance he learned something about some relics during his travels.
Relics are more the great master's field of expertise than mine. I like to stick to molding our young recruits, but come, let us see what this is all about.
Is he following the crew? Oh, cool. So we got a whole setup here. The crew's only gotten larger. I could probably use him to help me when I fight the deserters. Oh, he's gone. Never mind. He's not sticking around. Got a new level, though. And I can't click on anything? Oh, weird. Oh, it's like there's like a latency to it, weirdly enough. Let's see. Disruptive power of Technomancy attacks by 20%. Absolutely. That'll help us out a bit. Do we have a new skill point? Nope. That's gonna be it for now. So revisiting our journal, we have the beggar situation. We need to find someone to talk to about the girl. I believe that was the recruitment officer, or the commander we were talking to earlier. Sent me on this whole tangent, but I think she was probably the other option for the girl, is choose whether to have her put into this military organization or to have them go back to her gang. And I can't help but question a little bit, because the gang is where she's from before, and it's her whole support network, even if it is a gang. Whereas I'm literally in the same breath being sent to execute people who dared rebel against the military. So I can't help but wonder if maybe putting her there without her own, like putting her there like without her having much say because she's in a compromised state might be unfortunate for her. Go ahead and... I assume these are moles or something? Let's go ahead and skin them all. Yummy, yummy. Get in my inventory. Probably have a decent number of things to use to upgrade too. Oops, right. We have to go back to A for lockers. There we go. To make the AX dynamic slightly more confusing, when you open lockers, you then have to hit X to mass loot, but then X is used for bodies. But only if they're animals. If they're human bodies, you hit A. But then Y is how you also disrupt, if you take their serum, so it's like, there's a whole system here. Technomancer's pants, what can I give you? Little physical reduction? That'd be... anything that makes me die slower is a good idea. Just go ahead and install what I can. The boots don't have a slot. Cadet's jacket's already maxed out. Alright, just gonna stick with what I got then. The bladed shield is a slot. Bonus disruption would be good, because that's... the primary thing I do with this thing is deck them in the face with it, so... having as much of 100%, as close to 100% chance of disrupting people as I can would be good. Otherwise we have the wrench. Oh, what's the difference between the club here? This one's already equipped with a bonus to disrupting is the difference here. So let's get another disruption upgrade in there. There we go. And now I'm free to just go ahead and use that one instead of the other one. Let's get our upgrade. Let's get our upgrade on. So, same chance of disrupting, bonus chance of critical hit. We're gonna gain 5% crit chance and 2 damage from switching to the studded club instead of hitting people with a goddamn wrench all the time. How's that look? Yep, that is definitely a studded club. That is that is a baseball bat filled with nails. Always a good sign. Can't open this. Can't open it without another Technomancer, and I don't have one with me. And the other one took off running, so he's not interested in opening this door right now. So really just back to tracking down deserters at this point. I could loop around this way. Get a little bit of exploring done while we're here. So we don't know what this place looks like overall.
I don't know what's going on, but this is weird. Better follow Master Connor to the exchange to make sure nothing happens to him.
Am I not allowed to go back with them? I mean, do I have to go back with them right now? I can't just finish off the deserter situation real quick? Hi. Oh, this is one of our bases, isn't it? Cool, it's just kind of stashed down here in Dangerland. Got some leather. Not even bad leather, just actual proper leather. Hello, I'm just gonna casually take stuff from you guys, hope you don't mind. This is reasonable, right? That whole box had 1 serum in it. That is inefficient storage, sir. There's the elevator. So that's where we go and we want to progress things, but for now... Let's see if I can get back over here.
I don't know what's going on, but this is weird. Better follow Master Connor to the exchange to make sure nothing happens to him.
Huh. Seems oddly mandatory. Let me double check. I'm just curious to see if I'm allowed to go anywhere else or not. Or if I absolutely have to go back to this.
I don't know what's going on, but this is weird. Better follow Master Connor to the exchange to make sure nothing happens to him.
So this is happening now. Alright, I'll abandon what I was doing and go on to this. Not psyched about fighting things that have already respawned anyway. Let's get busy, Mr. Connor. I'm sure we'll be fine. You're gonna die, aren't you, Mr. Connor? If I leave, Boris will escape. God damn it. God damn it, are you splitting my quests against each other? You know what? I'll save. I'll save just in case, and see how this goes, but... I don't want to lose Connor, but maybe if I just go do other stuff, Connor won't freak out? The top corner just warned me that Boris is gonna escape.
I don't know what's going on,
but the corner
is weird. Better follow Master Connor to the exchange to make sure nothing happens to him.
Wait, I can't go down? Really? So I have to leave, and Boris has to escape, just because I happened to walk into this particular room slightly sooner. So I'm locked. I just failed an unrelated quest because I walked into the wrong room at the wrong second. All right, I'll just accept that. Honestly, this was more or less what it was like to play Bound by Flame. It's just some sort of weird arbitrary things would kind of happen sometimes. All right, let's do it. Yep, I failed it. Boris Ward has escaped. So, he's not going to be happy. So... Where's Connor? Where'd he go? Is he over here? Everyone kind of looks the same, because they're just guys wearing brown and gray. I think I've already lost track of him, honestly. I'm sure he's over by Lucky somewhere. So because I even engaged with Connor, I just failed the deserter quest. So I'm sure they'll be happy to hear from me when they find out how that's gone. Who's this? That's a deserter. I mean, that's one of the beggars that we haven't dealt with because I didn't want to threaten them. Or specifically, I didn't want to attack them. Who's this? Isn't that Connor? I think that's Connor. What's he doing? Oh, we're going to Lucky, I guess. Are we friendly? Is this discreet? I turned my back away. Oh, over here. This is discreet.
Is it really you, Andrew? Can it really be?
I hate to disappoint, Master Connor, but I don't die easy. And I have a little too much pride to just let myself be tossed out with the trash. We got some explaining to do.
We did not toss you out with the trash. We just did not know how to help you. Your talents were uncontrollable. So we sent you away, hoping you would forget and move on.
Hoping I'd forget? When? As 10 years of my life wasted away at the hands of a merchant? I want my goddamn life back, asshole.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how I could make it up to you.
I don't know. But you can be damn sure I'll think of something. Get out.
Andrew, I cannot tell you how remarkable to see you. Simply remarkable. Pardon me, Zachariah. You cannot know how unexpected this was. Thank you. I must now return to the source.
Woo! Who'd have fucking thought it? A Technomancer spying on other Technomancers. Crazy shit right there. From where I've stood, it looks like you were all stuck together tight as hell. Shows what I know.
Keep your mouth shut.
I'm just shocked, Lieutenant, that's all. Shocked and, just shocked.
Well, that was certainly a moment. I'm discreetly spying by sitting in a chair in plain sight. These guys just stand in the open, and I guess they don't react to that. Then the guy had he actually had a decently animated, like, really angry animation in response to the conversation, but his voice actor was not nearly as angry. Because, like his voice actor was, like, sinister and slightly underplayed, but the animation was, like, raging out hardcore, like a Borderlands character. So you'd expect him to be screaming at him, but the voice actor was not. That's where the good old voice acting direction would come in handy. It's just the people need to know how to correlate these different things against each other. Ryan Stewart. Is that another character I can hire onto the crew? Yeah, I'm just gonna, whenever this kind of stuff happens and one quest makes another quest fail, I'm just gonna accept it. It's part of what happens with the games from this company, and I'll go insane trying to avoid it. Why is there an exclamation point for you?
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Word on the street is that the locusts are swarming the underworks. Patrol gonna get it under control before the shit hits the fan?
Unlikely. High Command's about as interested in the slums as they are the underworks. Why try to spit shine a turd? And what's it to you anyway? As it goes, little nuisances have a way of becoming big problems over time. Proliferation. And I'd be willing to pay to nip it in the bud now, before they start to hit our warehouses and personnel too. Well, you'd have more luck killing them in their nests than hunting them one by one. Or you could booby-trap the tunnels and catch the rats while they roam. Your call.
I just pieced together what this guy sounds like. He totally sounds like a, Oh, got the trap already. Alright, I can just give them to him? Cool. He totally sounds like a red vs. blue character. Like one of those minor background ones that's putting on a voice.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Made the traps you suggested. Now they just have to be set to catch the locusts.
And I'll make sure they find their way to the tunnels. Keep the filthy things from reaching the surface and poaching our goods. And Lieutenant, thank you for caring. The poorest of us rarely get shown such concern. It's your lucky day. I need a favor, if you have the time, on top of the missions the captain already gave you.
Depends on the favor.
Soldiers back from the front are barricaded inside the warehouse, but they think Aurora's outside and they're in the middle of a war zone. They've terrorized the merchants, but honestly, that's not even the worst of it. According to internal reports, they're not just soldiers. They're test subjects for a new combat drug that increases their strength tenfold. Their paranoia is probably a result of the drug, but it makes the situation even more dangerous. I would prefer it if you could reason with them. You could use force, but in their state, the drugs could push them over the edge. A straight-up fight could kill them. First things first, we need to help get them quarantined and away from civilians to prevent further collateral damage. I know you're up to your neck in other responsibilities, but please, this is a favor for me and a favor for the guys. If the ASC handles it instead, I know I'm gonna be writing letters of condolences. Don't let it come to that.
How does he think a noob who's not even a real soldier will be able to reason with a corporal hopped up on some super drug? He knows Technomancers aren't magicians, right?
Pipe down, Lieutenant will find a way. Maybe we just need to find the corporal's family to help talk him down. Look at me, I'm just full of ideas.
There's some darkness. Somebody's so they're drugged out and they're probably going to be executed if I can't talk them down. Even though it's their fault in the first place, this organization's fault that they're drugged in the first place, they'll probably end up killing them rather than helping them.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Report?
What do you have, Lieutenant?
Sorry to say the deserters ran off before we could intervene. We didn't find any.
Didn't I tell you to make this the priority? But you just did what you wanted, and they took off while you took your time. Expected more of you, Lieutenant. And this is gonna cause a shitstorm for the Army. Good. Moving on. We have new missions. Bit of a welcome change from the big chases. We've got state officials arriving in Ophir today, and an ASC warning that an influx of Aurora spies in the city are planning trouble. For security, the officials will be picked up in rovers outside the city and brought to the hangars, rather than coming through the station. We've got brigades tracking the spies, but you're gonna have to usher them through the slums and make sure they get to our quarters safely. No excuses. No failures. We clear? Questions, Lieutenant?
That was some unfortunate back-to-back dialogue where they tried to... It was forking. The dialogue tree forked based on success and failure, but then the follow-up dialogue, when the two forks came back together, was good, moving on. Like, as far as, like, yeah, progress. But that would have only really fit if I had succeeded. After you fail the mission, if she says good, it's like the two lines that they refork together don't match really, so it's still like, this is gonna cause a shitstorm in the army. Good. It's like, it's almost like you're accidentally betting against the army. Whoops. You can hand over the young girl. I don't trust these people. They're executing anybody who doesn't want to go along with their stuff, while also experimenting and drugging their soldiers and not knowing how to deal with it. Like, this seems like a shitty system to just add somebody to who isn't lucid. It'd be one thing to like if somebody wants to volunteer for the situation, good for them, sure, whatever, but don't... It seems like a really shitty thing to hand over custody for.
What does the name Andrew mean to you?
The long version of the name Andy? How about a last name? No? Alright. Give me a second. I have a vague recollection of an Andrew linked to an accident at the Technomancer school years back. That what this is about? Some affair at the school? If it is, listen closely, Lieutenant. You're an officer now, not a school teacher, and I can't afford to have your attention divided, so get your head around that and out of the schoolyard. We clear?
Of course, Captain. Crystal clear.
Not taken nicely. Ooh, a little more experience. Marks of the past. Oh, there's a lot going on here. Okay, so we can ask about the people that are being arrested.
What do we know about Bulgakov?
More than nothing, but not much more. He has a hell of a fine reputation, among terrorists at least. Real upstanding killer. Smart. Not a damn clue what he looks like or where he is. Only way we're gonna find him is to stay on the rebels. The ones who know him. Otherwise, the guy might as well be a ghost.
Where exactly were the terrorists seen?
They're not wearing name badges or carrying signs, for fuck's sake, Lieutenant. It's gonna take a little more legwork. They're in the slums. Open your ears, bend some arms. I'm sure you'll find some creative ways to find them and their leader, whose head I want on a stick.
And we're supposed to protect some officials. Oops.
We have rovers?
A few of Abundance's most prized relics, dating back to the colonists. Fragile and hard to fix, though, so they're used sparingly. But when we need to travel away from our shadow paths, they're damn near invaluable. They're small, though, so they're not transporting more than a few men. But who knows? You may find need for them on quick and dirty missions in the future.
Sounds like how I'll be able to get around. So Aurora seems to be one of the other corporations. So what can I learn about them?
What's Aurora have to gain by targeting our officials?
Destabilization, humiliation, to show they can strike anywhere at any time, even in the heart of our capital. I don't have a damn clue how they got so deep inside the city. But the only thing that's important now is to make sure whatever the hell they're planning is put to an end. The consequences could be disastrous.
Who are these officials I'm being sent to babysit?
Senior ministers of agronomy evacuated from Greenhope. Some coddled pop star singer, and most importantly, some senior officials, including the High Judge, a man we can't afford to lose. Whatever you have to do, just make sure you get them to their destination in one piece.
I am getting out of here. Alright. Let's find our way back to the slums. That's the underworks. Slums are way down there. That's one path I can take. Alright. I'm going to just go ahead and hand her back, honestly. This whole thing makes me uncomfortable. The idea of... Can't open that still. Whoops. The idea of adding her to the military seems really problematic when she's got amnesia, and I don't have any reason to think that it'll pan out well for her. So I'm most interested in getting her back to people who care about her, even if they are criminals. After all, that's my character's origin. He grew up in the slums. He's known as being a rogue, apparently. So I'm not exactly biased against... My character's not exactly inherently biased against those types of people. And hopefully something comes of her. If my character found a way to rise out of the slums, then she could still have a chance. I'm not necessarily dooming her, but I could make a drastic and horrible decision for her if I throw her into the jaws of the military when this kind of shit's going on. Like, that's just... The idea that they're executing people when the reason they give for it is primarily the idea that, like, we gotta take them out before we get a controversy? A scandal? They're worried about scandal. That's a terrible... Whoa. I couldn't move. That was weird. Like, it's one thing if it's like it's all about honor and not losing anybody and they knew what they signed up for or whatever, but they're specifically, like, falling back immediately on talking about, like, a scandal of all things. Really? That's what human life comes down to? And then the fact that you have these people that are on the way of being executed for the drugs that they've been put on. Like, that's a bad system to add somebody to that isn't of right mind. You're supposed to be lucid when you sign contracts or make your will and stuff like that.
You have a change of heart? Realize Tali is safer here with us?
Just glad to finally find her a home. There's a merchant in the exchange quarter. Name's Fiorello. He's been taking care of her. Send someone to get her. Tell him I sent you.
And what's your name? To tell him?
Zachariah Mancer.
A good name. One I won't forget. We don't have many friends with dicks around here, but I'd like to consider you one. Thanks for bringing our sister back home.
Bye, Mara.
See, that went nice enough. People aren't happy with me, but, you know, fuck all those people. It'll be fun to see how this reputation progresses organically and see what side I end up on with some of these cases. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun experiment.